Hi friends, welcome back to the Learn Pro Grow. This is Praveen. Friends, this video is about 5 hacks to work smarter now that have your attention. It's actually the traditional hacks you used to like productive seat and things like that. Let me rephrase it. It's a more like few mindset you need for a long-term success. So that two very important keyword as we begin this video, it's about long-term mindset hacks so that you can grow organically, you can become strong and flourish in whatever you are doing by yourself. These 5 hacks, so let's jump right into the video. Number 1, growth is not always external. Keep in mind, we have been taught, we have been conditioned growth happens when some external result shows up, when you win the trophy or when the end of the quarter you have your own bottom line improving, and all of these things are important, or when audience is clapping for you and think like that. But understand those are fleeting moments in everyday life, will not offer you many of those opportunities, so you feel disappointed and you feel dejected when growth is not happening according to your definition. Your definition is what school taught us, or what sport teaches us, or what business teaches. That's a growth is always about external result, right? But this is a flawed or an incomplete definition, because if you are an entrepreneur and if you are looking after your health and fitness, you are going, if you are networking and meeting with people who could be potential client or mentors, or just hanging out with your friends to improve a quality of your emotional health, that is a growth. You are eating well, you eating on time, you come up work with full of positive energy, that is growth. And all of this will hopefully some days is going to translate into bottom line result, whether it's monetary result or whether it's a more people follow you, something like that. But you have to challenge the conditioning that growth is always external. So it's not always about the award and opportunities and the trophies, the milestone and the profit, sometimes, not sometimes, in day-to-day life. Oftentimes, growth is an internal, silent, quiet building of character, and that's how I want you to look at it. The number 2, growth cannot always measured, and this is one of the primary reason why creative people give up in their pursuit, why sometimes find the battle to uphill, or because lots of these things cannot be measured. And we have been taught back in the school, even in the gym, that whatever can be measured is success. So you go on the weighing machine every day and you don't see the kilos dropping you. It's you are working hard, you are sweating out every day, but the weight is you are trying to lose weight. It's, and most of you are right, sometimes you are trying to gain weight, but most of us are trying to lose it, and we get up on the scale and nothing is moving, and it can be very dejected. However, if you are making friends in the gym, that's growth too, but that cannot be measured. However, if your energy levels are improving, that's growing too, but can't be measured. Your metabolism level is improving, so your emotional health is improving, your social and professional life is improving. Thanks to that 1 hour in the gym is adding an elements of brightly in your day. Those of us things are also adding to you your growth strong stories. However, they cannot be measured. So I want you to take into account the metrics which cannot be measured. I think it was an Einstein who said, not everything that counts should be counted, and not everything that cannot be counted counts. Which means not everything that we measure is of super high importance, and not everything that is of super high importance can be counted. So, some of these things can be counted. I want you to make your journey of growth more holistic if you want to grow organically and build a strong foundation. And the next hack number third, distinguish between your core and periphery. Write on your growth story. This is the top mindset hack. Identify what is the core of what you do. Now here how you can identify your core and what are things you cannot delegate. Okay, leadership cannot be delegated thinking, cannot be delegated innovation, new ideas. Execution can be delegated new ideas. Perhaps the best come to you. That stuff cannot be delegated. Identify the core of your work and know the periphery of your work, and don't mix the two. Focus on the core, delegate the periphery, find out. Devote more times and your best energy, your peak time to atoms which are in the core of your work. If you are a student, you know periphery for those exams or the entrance exams. It's how you nail these exams. That's the method, the strategy behind it, all the methods of strategy. The core elements periphery are the other things you have to distinguish that. If you are an entrepreneur, your customer, and however they leaving your establishment, what are they talking about? What word of publicity like for your company? What's your product like? What's your service like? That is the perhaps a core for your periphery items. Could be everything else, don't get lost. If periphery and don't compromise the core, it's for you, and find out and well published more videos to help you. Ascertain what is the core, how you can discover your core. So growth hack number 4, next one is long-term success. Stop comparing yourself with other people's. This is hack number 4. We have lots tons of videos, stories on the YouTube. You can go to that. And yet this is the basic human nature to compare yourself, and this is the worst thing you can do. So many techniques to remain in your peak positive mental health, right? But there is a one way that's all will absolutely guarantee a miserable day, is to start comparing yourself with someone else. So keep in mind, everyone you meet in running a different race, so you cannot compare yourself with anyone, and trying to do that is only going to result in myself and feeling of I am not good enough, I am not adequate, perhaps I am on the wrong track. Draw inspiration from others by all means, and meet and network other people, learn from them, compliment them, uplift them, and learn from them. Share your problems, and ask for help. All of those things, I am a huge proponent of those things, but what I will ask you to abstain from if you want to grow is to stop comparing yourself with other people's, because everyone is on a different race. Focus on what you have to go. Absolute undivided attention. And lastly, the hack number 5, I want the undivided attention. This is the last one, and continued long-term success. To understand the nature of groups, now lots of us work in a groups or teams, and understand that at time this can be limiting because something called groupthink, which means the group arrives at a consensus, which could be a flawed consensus, but people don't challenge it because they don't want to be old one out, because they don't want to disrupt the harmonial feelings in the group. So they just sadly agree to the consensus might lead you to different direction altogether, a direction that is not a best suited to you. So that time, even though we function in a group, even though we should excel the teamwork and collaboration, I want you to retain your original creative critical thinking. I want you to keep that mindset on, because and to have courage to challenge the entire group if you feel they are all headed in the wrong direction. And every now then has a good team member should not just replenish your with the company, the wonderful company of team members around you, but also venture a little bit outside to take out sometimes for yourself. I think, and not to lose that original, that creativity, to give it for a confirmative, because that is the dangerous for everyone in world. Okay, so it's okay at times to step back and to question yourself and to keep your innovative thinking bottom, and to come up with a new ideas and to challenge groupthink every now and then. You might ruffle a few feather, you might lose a few false point, you might lose a few friends, but that's okay, because you will drive yourself and everybody else towards the right direction. So this is the hack number 5. You don't always have to go with the prevailing norms. Be bold enough, be original enough to the differently, and especially to think what the best for you, and you can determine that by hack number 3, which was identify your core atoms and your core properties. I hope this was useful. Can you please let me know in the comment section which out of these 5 made most sense to you? Can you please share this video with someone that you feel benefit from it? Thanks for tuning in.